I'm sorry, what?
Right, go back to you.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. July the 14th, our regular work meeting, 2025. And please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like us all to just take a moment of silence on behalf of Diane Lewis, who her passing was recent. She did work for the town. She was the confidential assistant to Town Supervisor David Lewis. And, her passing is a sad event, and I think we should take a moment of silence in her memory. Thank you, everybody. We're just doing a moment of silence. Your time was impeccable. All right, public comment period. I have no comments. Okay, new business. Resolution to close Land and Lakes escrow account and return balance to New York Land and Lakes Development LLC. Okay, whereas New York Land and Lakes Development LLC had their authorized representative, Alan Ward, submit an application for classification of a sketch subdivision plat at the September 12, 2024 planning board meeting. And whereas the applicant, having submitted all required application material and preliminary maps, the board approved the preliminary plat on April 10, 2025, with the conditions that final major subdivision plat be submitted for approval within 6 months of this date, and that the final fee for all amounts owed in escrow for consultant and legal review are required to be paid in full at the time of the submission of the final plat. And whereas the final plat was submitted to the planning board on April 10, 2025, and whereas the correspondence was received from the town's designated engineer for the project on May 7, 2025, stating there were no outstanding invoices, and whereas a final check was written for the services provided by the town's designated attorney on this project on May 27, 2025. And whereas the final plat was stamped and signed by the chairman of the planning board, and payment for the final plat was received on June 4, 2025. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Pine Haven major subdivision has been approved and has met all required conditions. The escrow account regards this project can now be closed and the balance returned to New York Land and Lakes Development LLC. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion, please. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, resolution number 105. Resolution to temporarily transfer funds from the general fund to the highway CHIPS account for 2025 paving projects, where CHIPS reimbursement will not be provided to the town until after September 2025, and resolved that the town board of the town of New Baltimore authorized the transfer of $200,000 from the general fund to the highway CHIPS account for payment of 2025 paving project, and upon receipt of the CHIPS reimbursement, and will be reimbursed to the general fund. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
This figure, this 200,000, is that approximate? Is that,
No, precise.
that's okay.
Well, we wanted to put enough in there to make sure we had everything covered.
Okay, because what my understanding is, once we transfer money over to the highway, right? It has to be used for highway. Right? So I just wanted to make sure, like, we will get the 200,000 back.
Well, that's the plan, yeah. This is a temporary transfer to make sure we have to pay the pavers. And if we don't pay the pavers, we don't get the reimbursement, right? So if we don't, we have to pay them out of monies that the state gives us back.
Right,
So,
no, I understand that. I understand that whole thing. I just wanted to make sure that we were gonna get 200,000 back from CHIPS.
it's an excess of that.
Okay, so as long as we're sure we're gonna
Well,
get that
in
two hundred
excess of
thousand back, okay?
And, is there any issues with that transfer that you can think of?
Me? No.
Okay, as long as you're good with it, that's what counts. Okay, so, any other questions?
No.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have some upcoming meetings. We have on July 19th, over here at Cecil Howe Park at noon, we have our Veterans Committee picnic. The weather's supposed to be good. So tell your friends, especially the veterans, come on over. July 22nd, public meeting for the New York 144 Complete Streets at Town Hall at 6 p.m. We had debated where we're going to do that, but we felt that having the owl so we can get it out to the public would be probably at least more comprehensive in terms of.
And they're considering doing a Zoom to help us as well.
Okay, who's they? Oh,
MJ,
MJ, yeah. I'm
so
sorry.
that people can actually ask a question.
All right, that'd be good. But anyway, we want more broad coverage. And besides, people could be away and want to look at that
Yeah.
instead of watch, and instead of having fun wherever they might be. July 28th, Town Board Work Meeting at 7 p.m. August 6th, Zoning Board of Appeals Meeting at 7 p.m. if needed. August 11th, Town Board Regular Meeting at 7 p.m. August 14th, Planning Board Meeting at 7 p.m. And August 25, Town Board Work Meeting at 7 p.m. I've got another public comment period and I don't have any cards. So I guess we'll go to the last one. Where is the card?
Right here.
I got it. Okay, resolution number 106, resolution to authorize supervisor to pay audited claims. Whereas the town clerk has presented claims to the town board for audit and review, and whereas the town board has has audited claims 2025-07-01 to 2025-07-60. It is resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay claims 2025-7-01 to 2025-7-60. And be it further resolved, the town clerk will prepare an abstract and hold it for public review until August 31st, 2025. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
General, $53,719.42. Highway, $21,063.30. Sewer one, $12,774.54. Sewer two, $1,016.84. Water two, $7,417.95. Water three, $1,148.22. Street lighting two, $210.56. Total $97,350.83.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. I know that our next meeting is going to be pretty busy. And, we have a lot of outstanding items that will be on the agenda, including the creation of a water district, which is not small. Some wrinkles, actually, I can bring them up now. There are some issues going on with the water district number 2.
Can you
The people,
speak up, Jeff?
the people that own Dietrich's trailer park and the RV place have contacted us, and they are demanding that the residents over in District 2, there's 40 properties, put in 2 fire hydrants and add some houses at no cost to the people who benefit, but at a cost entirely by the residents of that area, or they will not sign off on the
Nice.
on the, right away, the easement. So I guess it'll end up going to maybe your hands. Each fire hydrant costs about 12 to 15,000. So basically, they want the residents of District 2 to pay about 40,000, 30 anyway. Yes, ma'am?
I just want to make the comment, I remember when they didn't even believe they were part of New Baltimore, so, and didn't want to be a part of New Baltimore.
They petitioned to have their property removed from the town of
Yes,
Baltimore
yes,
15 years ago?
at least, yes.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, because they want and they need, they're knocking at our doors if they really wanted to be here.
Well, there are other ways to deal with it, so we'll see.
Jeff, are these the two hydrants that you had removed from?
Yes, ironically, the original proposal had exactly what this fellow had demanded. And why, I don't know, but I thought, I think we'll be okay, but I thought it was rather interesting that everybody wants something and they want it for free. He wants a trailer park to have fire hydrants that we pay for. Unfortunately, the town can't pay for it. It has to be paid for by the water district, which is 40 people. And besides, it serves people who live in Cooksaki.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we got to
Yeah.
remove, because they were Coxsackie.
Yeah, we're gonna let the legal people handle this.
That's a good idea. Sounds great.
Yeah. And of course, the only problem is that we're using the remainder of our ARPA funds, and the ARPA funds have to be expended this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. So if something has a wrinkle, we'll have to find something else to spend it on.
Jeff, the creation of the water district you mentioned, could you tell me what that is?
Well, I'm gonna have a meeting with Mr. Biscone.
Is this for Shady Harbor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mr. Biscone is the attorney for the water district that is the Ravenna Water District. Who the plans are that the pipeline will come up from Clemens along 144 under the creek, lateral boring. It's gonna go up the hill to where Shady Harbor is, or their driveway, and proceed downward into their property accordingly. They're the only user, at least known user, going to be on this water district. And there are some other aspects of this that are interesting, but the village of Ravenna wants a contract only with another municipality. So basically, we buy the water from them, the town of Baltimore, the new district that is. And the users, in the particular case is Shady Harbor, get to pay reimburse the town back. Of course, there are worries about, the business seems to be thriving, but I can't say how well we'll do in 20 years. There are some assurances we would need to have. Well, at least that's what I think.
So they're saying that they wouldn't add any other users, it has to be the municipality itself?
No, Ravenna won't deal with the private, they're only dealing with the
I think what
municipality.
the question you're asking, Janet, is yes, they are open to having users
Right.
on the pipe that are along the way.
Okay.
Okay, and of course, there would have to be residual, there would have to be a buy-in from those who may wish to join that.
Right.
There is an issue that we may want to discuss, and that is the cost of putting in a 4-inch line is cheaper than putting in an 8-inch line. And although the digging is still the digging, but nevertheless, the 8-inch line costs more. He doesn't need an 8-inch line, but with an 8-inch line, the water district becomes expandable beyond Shady Harbor property.
Okay.
So if we wanted to add a line that went up one way or down the other, it will be adjustable. That's not the proper word, but but it would have to be amendable by the people that live in that district.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but I wanna try, I'd like to get at least, if we can't get everything at once, maybe we can get sections of it, so we get closer to the end. That's my thoughts. But, they want their project going, and so I think what we'll have to do is see if we can find a way to provide them some funding so that the line would be an 8-inch line and not the 4-inch line. Again, if it's only for them, that's all they need is a 4-inch line.
When you say them, are you saying the
Oh, Shady
property?
Harbor, yeah.
Not Shady Harbor by itself, the whole property there,
The whole
with their
property,
new houses and
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah.
according to their engineering. I don't wanna testify to their engineers, that's for someone else to do, but, that's the bulk of it now. So we have to meet with Mr. Biscone, and I need your assistance on creating a water district. I've never done one of those before. Has anyone here ever created a water district? I think
I
not.
thought Mr. Biscone said he retired.
Semi.
Semi now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nevertheless, we have to have a meeting with them so that, we can get all those things straight. And I've met with the people at, the Donovans a couple times in the past few weeks. So, it's been busy. So that's two things we have on the agenda for next week, which will be lengthy.
What's that?
It'd be, and hopefully we'll have the other issue with water district number 2 resolved.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just wasn't aware that we were this far along. I didn't know what was going on.
well, the water district, if everything's good, it's going to be, they were planning on digging in August.
Wow.
That still remain true?
The beginning of August.
That's 2 weeks.
Well, it's not gonna be that soon. We're still gonna bid it out. We gotta put advertisements out for bid. And, so if we can get all the specs in, Delaware Engineering is putting the specs together for us to put on, an advertisement. So we can bid it, and then they have probably 2 weeks, roughly, whatever we usually do to receive bids. And then we award it, and hopefully they plan on doing it. I've talked to Bellamy at length.
Bellamy already has the bid.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're talking about-
I'm mixing up the other project. Yes, I'm sorry.
So they
The
can
other
go,
project is
they can go at any time right now.
the other project is the town hall. We're building a new handicap ramp. That's with a different grant. That ramp will come outside this door, and it'll come in that doorway.
Right.
And all that stuff that's falling apart will be removed. Oh, yeah. We don't want that stuff anymore. All right, so having said that, I think I'm looking for one more,
I make a
motion.
motion, we adjourn.
And I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everybody.
Can you imagine all the work that is progressing as far as 144 and the traffic patterns and all that crap? And now we're gonna dig border lines along that. Holy crap.
Well,